Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. United Community Bank, an independent, family-owned and operated bank committed to empowering customers to achieve their financial goals. Member FDIC. Frazee Family Foods, what a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm up here at the Hornet Hive with Grandmaster Robotics Tech Andy Paulson. And we're looking at all kinds of gears and wheels and stuff. And Andy's going to tell you about the intricacies of robotics. Hi, Andy.
How you doing, Hank?
Tremendous. I'm still shorter than you. You know, my Christmas wish for longer legs hasn't happened yet.
I think you're going to be waiting for a while.
Maybe next time around.
That's right.
Here you go, sir.
Okay, well, like Hank said, we're here talking about a bunch of different robotics stuff. Last year for robotics at the high school, we had a really great year. We had a good group of seniors, and we had a lot of success. We competed at the world championship level against some of the best teams around the world, and it was really a great year. This year, we're kind of in a rebuilding year. We only have about 3 seniors, 1 junior, no sophomores, and a whole bunch of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. So what we decided to do this year was partner with 2 other schools, New London Spicer and KMS, and we created our own little mini robotics competition where we build robots in the fall to prepare for what we are going to do this January. In January, we will learn our new game for First Robotics, and we'll compete like we always do in Duluth. And this year, actually, we'll be competing in Grand Forks, North Dakota also. For each one of those events, there will be between 50 and 60 teams competing to try and earn their way to the World Championship again. So for this competition this year, what we decided to do was take these little mini discs. They're a Nerf disc, so some of you kids out there maybe have seen these discs before. This is our game piece, and the whole goal of these is to take the discs and shoot them into a goal similar to what Frisbee golf is, if you go to Detroit Lakes and play Frisbee golf there. So for these discs, what we can do, you can try and dump them or you can shoot them, and this is our control system that's used to make the whole robot. It's run in a way similar to your home. Essentially, you have a power source, so the power into your mechanism, for us, it's a battery. The battery comes in and provides power to a control panel. For our control panel, each one of them has a circuit breaker. So these circuit breakers, the wire goes out and it runs to one of these motor controllers. If we ran the power right to our motor, the motor would be on all the time. And since we want it to be on sometimes and off sometimes, we have to run it to one of these motor controllers. In order to turn the controller on, we have to have the brain. Hank sometimes thinks that I'm the brain, and that is not true at all. The brain is on the robot. So this operates, and we can take our joystick that is similar to an Xbox controller. We can take our joystick, and when we move the buttons, it'll tell the motors to either turn on or off and how fast to run them. So for our system, for our robots that we're doing right now, we have a drive system. So the motor back here runs our wheels. So this motor will turn on, and you can see we actually have chain connecting this wheel to this wheel and this wheel. So we're running all 3 wheels on this side. And then on the opposite side, we have another motor running this wheel, and this wheel. When we operate, this joystick will operate one side, so if I move it, it'll slightly move, and that's operating just these 3 wheels. If I move the other one, it just wants to move these 3 wheels. Now, it's run very similar to a skid steer, which is great because a lot of the kids have experience on the farm. So running these robots is pretty easy running a skid steer. The next mechanism we have is an arm to raise and lower. So if I want to raise this arm up, I hit the button and it operates this motor, and it's geared down about 2,000 to 1 so that it's moving and has a lot of power to move it back and forth. The last system we have runs here. The discs will catch. When that's turned on, it will move the discs forward into the wheel, and then when this spins fast, it will shoot the disc out into the goal. We compete next weekend in Alexandria against the 2 other schools. We're going to bring about 15 kids there. Hopefully it all goes well, and we'll have to keep you updated on how it goes.
Well, this is always interesting to me, because like I told you, the closest thing I had to this when I was a child was Robbie the Robot, and he was running on D cells, and he was about 10 inches tall.
Most people say, if I would have had a program like this in high school, I'd have been way more prepared for the real world. And it's a great opportunity for these kids.
It is, and we're seeing more and more of it all the time, especially in manufacturing.
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity.
Well, I really appreciate you being on the program and showing us this, Andy, and I wish you guys a lot of luck. I'm glad it's a rebuilding year, and I'm glad you're still keeping a tremendous number of kids moving forward in this.
It's a great thing. And, I only have 2 or 3 seniors, but they're really good kids, and we've kind of created a mentorship program, and the young kids are doing a fantastic job, too.
Well, that's great. So we're going to leave Andy just for a minute here, and then we'll be right back with him, and we'll be talking about their construction trades.
All right.
Be right back.
Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar, perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event. Frazee Community Club, people and business coming together to make the community fun, friendly, and thriving. Become a member and help support your community. Frazee Vergas Forum, locally owned and operated, bringing you news for the Lakes area in print or online. Subscribe today, FrazeeForum.com.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee, and I'm still up at the Frazee High School here with Andy Paulson and the building trades. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Hank.
So, what's new here in construction?
This fall we spent a lot of time over at the elementary school. Carrie Schultz, who runs the PALS program at the elementary school, wanted to start an outdoor classroom for her younger children. It's always good for those young kids to get outside and just be a part of the elements, which is great. And there wasn't a really great place to learn out there, so they worked together with our program and the college in Detroit Lakes to help design a gazebo for us to build over there. We didn't have a house to build this year, and the school only wants us to build one if we pre-sell it, and that wasn't there this year. So what we did is we met over there every day. The students did this fall, and we put up a gazebo. It's a 14 by 14 foot gazebo. It's just square. It didn't need to be octangular or any other different shape. On the inside, it's got benches for the students to sit down, and on the back side, we did a solid wall so that it can serve as a wind block, so we put that to the north side, and then we can also put chalkboards or chalk paint on there so the students can write on there and run it as an actual classroom.
Well, that's an interesting project that's going on over there. I'm hoping, that this coming year we can work with them in the Central Region Sustainable Development Partnership and help them design an edible garden for the kids over there, and possibly even a project on the Itasca building, or the Tamarack building.
Sure. It's been really nice over there because not only did they put up a gazebo, where we put a sandbox in for the kids, they're doing some planters. We still have to add planters on the outside of the gazebo, but they did some flower beds. They did a few different things, bird feeders for the kids so they can see the birds and feed the birds every day. They're just trying to develop that area back there, which is really great for our program, because it gives the kids a different type of learning, and it also enhances the elementary school.
Yeah, and the first time I saw something like this was in Crookston. They called it a nature playscape.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different opportunities in the construction trades, and so many times people think that it's just going to be a house is all that we're going to build. We've talked about building a really nice ice fishing house and having it sell out for to the community. We've talked about building other sheds for people on location. The nice part is the school's been very flexible with us. Last year we built Bob Clary's house on location, and that worked out really great for us. We've talked about going to another property and building a shed this spring too. So we've got some work ahead of us.
Well, that's great. It's always interesting to see what's happening here. I see Rena's giving us the short sign here, and I see we're doing some desk work here.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the other things we're doing in the wintertime is one of our teachers in the English department wants to have a flexible seating classroom. Sometimes those kids, they don't want to sit down all day. They want to move a little bit. So what our class is doing is working on just making a little bit taller desk where they could maybe stand by to work on their Chromebooks, or use a stool so they can actually be up and moving a little bit. So our construction trades class is building 7 of these desks, and the lumber was actually graciously donated by John King. So we're using some of that lumber to build these desks for one of these classrooms, just to see if it fits for our school and the students in these classrooms.
Well, Andy, I appreciate you being on the program, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the gazebo and everything else in the spring and seeing how the robotics team is continuing to do. Thanks for being on the program.
Thanks, Hank. I appreciate it.
And, we're going to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Remember, pet the dog, hug the kids, wave at the neighbor. You never know. Oh, kiss the wife, too. Merry Christmas, everybody, from TV3.